Hello everyone. Has anyone ever left behind a fortune so large that it truly makes their family cry? Doesn't that seem unbelievable? We'll explore the amazing story of Charles Bronson today, whose legacy has left his family in tears. You won't want to miss any of this story's many surprising turns and touching moments, so watch it through to the very end. Charles Bronson was a multifaceted individual. He was viewed by the public as a prosperous businessman with a kind heart and an excellent sense of where to make investments. However, few were aware of the challenges and enigmas he faced in his private life. Through a variety of business endeavors and prudent financial choices, Charles amassed an amazing wealth over the years. However, his family is experiencing mental anguish as a result of the events that transpired after his death. Following his untimely death, Charles' family had to deal with the intricacies of his enormous riches in addition to their own personal grief. At first look, it appeared that Charles had arranged everything correctly. Important assets were dispersed over multiple places, including houses and investments. However, things started to unravel as the family examined his will and the allocation of his fortune more thoroughly. The magnitude of the money was one of the main problems. His family members, many of whom had little to no expertise with major financial matters, found it difficult to manage such a substantial sum of money. Siblings and other family members got into fights and conflicts as a result of the strain and stress of managing the estate. What started out as a benefit swiftly became a point of controversy. Charles also established more charitable organizations and trusts, each with its own set of regulations. The intricacy of these arrangements made it challenging for his family to completely comprehend and oversee them, despite the fact that they were meant to help several causes and guarantee that his riches was managed appropriately. Family members found it challenging to accommodate Charles's requests while managing their own feelings, which exacerbated the situation. Finding out that Charles's financial difficulties were connected to some of his emotional hardships is yet another awful part of this tale. Some of his investments were made more for his family's future than for himself, and he had suffered health and financial setbacks throughout his life. This implied that less money remained after some of his inheritance was used for debt repayment and medical bills. The family experienced even more pain and grief once they came to terms with the fact that not all of the money would be accessible for their use. Charles had similarly complex ties with his family. He was a solitary man who frequently kept his personal and professional lives apart. This implied that his family members had emotional emptiness upon his death, despite the financial help he offered. Instead of drawing them closer, the fortune emphasized the gaps that had widened over time, which only served to increase their sense of isolation and loneliness. When Charles's oldest daughter found a collection of letters her father had sent to every member of the family, it was an especially poignant occasion. He shared recollections and personal guidance in these letters, along with his love and aspirations for their futures. These letters showed Charles's sensitivity and his intense love for his family, revealing a side of him that many had never seen. His family, who were aware of the sacrifices he had made and the difficulties he had carried alone, felt both relieved and grieved by reading these sincere comments. The family started to understand the full significance of Charles's legacy as they navigated the emotional and legal difficulties of handling his inheritance. The lessons he taught via his deeds and the love he demonstrated in his own unique way were more important than the money he left behind. They gradually bonded, drawing strength from one another and their treasured memories of Charles. In the end, Charles Bronson's financial narrative is a potent reminder of the value of candid dialogue and understanding within a family, as well as the potential effects of wealth on human relationships. It demonstrates how, in addition to opportunity and security, money can also bring along unforeseen difficulties and emotional barriers. These difficulties were surmounted by Charles's family, who managed to honor his memory and provide support to one another following their loss. So what does Charles Bronson's narrative teach us? It first emphasizes how important it is to have candid conversations regarding family finances. Misunderstandings and disputes can be avoided by making sure that everyone is aware of the obligations and goals associated with an inheritance. Second, it emphasizes how crucial solidarity and emotional support are in trying times. Although having money can lead to opportunities, what really keeps us going is our love and bonds to our families. In addition to the wealth he left behind, Charles's legacy also includes the lessons he imparted to his family and the influence he had on them. Despite the fact that money can be a useful tool, his narrative shows that what matters most are the relationships and memories we create. The fortitude and tenacity that Charles demonstrated throughout his life are being upheld by his family as they honor him. For more amazing tales like this one, please click the like button and subscribe. If you thought Charles Bronson's story was as thought-provoking and poignant as we did, please share your ideas in the comments section below. Have you ever been in a position where your family was suddenly impacted by wealth? Tell us about your experiences. Thank you for your time, and make sure to watch through to the end for more incredible content that delves deeply into human emotions and experiences. The life of Charles Bronson is a moving illustration of how wealth and legacy affect each of us personally, having unanticipated effects on our relationships and outcomes. It is a potent reminder of how crucial it is to balance emotional health with financial preparation in order to make sure that our legacy accurately captures the principles and affection we cherish. His family has a better grasp of what it means to honor a loved one's memory while paving their own way forward as they continue to deal with the fallout from his death. We appreciate you coming to hear this touching tale with us today. Keep in mind that each story has its own lessons and motivations, and that by sharing them, we fortify our ties and develop as a society. Enjoy and look after the relationships that are most essential to you until the next time.